There's no buttons for the elevator. Ooh, that was scary. This is pork, some beef.
Yeah, just press it.
I'm so scared.
Did it hurt?
And look at this color. My phone starts alarming and beeping. Hi guys, welcome to another vlog. I am back from Brazil. I have been back for about a week. If you're new to this channel, hello, my name is Daniela and I make vlogs about living life with a chronic illness as well as some educational and helpful videos. Like I said, I just came back from Brazil, so if you're interested in seeing that vlog, I will leave the link up here and you can check out the vlogs. I did not want to do laundry while away, so I packed enough clothes for 2 weeks, and I actually made a vlog about packing on a carry-on only for 2 weeks, and I'll also link that video here. But yes, so when I came back, I had a ton of laundry to do, which is okay because I rather do it at home than while on vacation. I also had to do grocery shopping. I went and bought some stuff to cook dinner tonight and also to make a juice. I often buy groceries online because it saves me a lot of energy. But this particular day, I was feeling a little bit more energy, so I decided to go to the store myself. I find it's always best when you choose your products yourself. You always get the best quality that way. But I also like to browse around and get ideas for dinner. I bought some tilapia fish for a dish, some breakfast sausages for my son, some ham for lunches, and some crispy bacon bits for a recipe. This is pork, some beef, this is called yuca. It's very common in Brazil. I showed in my travel video. Sweet potatoes, some celery, mint. It gives such a fresh taste to the juice. Kale. Limes, avocado, ginger, cucumber, and pineapple. Those last ingredients were for the juice, and those Brussels sprouts is to make with the pork. I wish I could have stayed longer in Brazil, but I had to come back because I had a specialist appointment. I had the allergist, immunologist appointment on February 3rd, and I had to be back for that appointment. And that appointment was in Toronto. I have been waiting for that appointment for such a long time. That particular clinic, it's St. Mike's Hospital, I believe. They are specialized in mast cells. They actually run a number of studies on mast cell activation syndrome there. So this is what I'm being investigated for. It looks like it has been suggested by other doctors that I have mast cell activation syndrome, but again, with many of those chronic invisible illnesses, they are very hard to diagnose. There are no tests that, like a blood test that you do and kind of tells you that you have something or not, like, when you have an infection. So it's based a lot on history and symptoms and how you respond to treatment. Hi guys, it is Friday, February 3rd, the day of my appointment, my immunologist appointment in Toronto, and we are just at the gas station putting some gas in the car, and it's about an hour drive there. I am super nervous. I don't know why, but it's just how it is with doctors. I am just so tired of being dismissed and not believed. So I waited for this appointment for so long. And yeah, I'm just nervous. I'm just nervous that, yeah, they're just gonna dismiss my symptoms. And I don't know, it's just a little bit of trauma. It's just how it is, but needs to be done. Let's head to Toronto and then I'll let you know how this appointment went. Sorry, I was cutting my head a little bit off here. I can't really see with the glasses on. Okay, this is a little bit better now. Sorry. But yeah, I printed a huge file. Let me show you. I have my file here. I have all these papers with all my medical history, all my symptoms, pictures printed from rashes and reactions, all my medications, all the specialists that I've been under, everything I've been diagnosed, every surgery. It's a very, very complete medical history. So that way, one, it really reduces the stress when you're actually at the appointment, when the doctors are asking you all those questions and you're kind of scrambling for the answers. It makes sure that it's concise with every specialist and saves time. So there's no room for misinterpretation there. So anyways, let's go to Toronto. We are here. We actually got a parking place almost right in front of the building. We're checking out to see if we can stay here. It is a paid parking, but there's probably
Location ID 4111.
there's probably like a 2-hour max parking. Anyways, I am about half an hour early, and in the information they sent me, they asked to not go in early because of COVID preventions things. Anyways, we're just sitting in the car and waiting. I did not feel so good during the trip. I have been getting pretty sick during car rides now, which was not something that I ever did before. And I started to have a little bit of a reaction as well, but it seemed to have calmed down. And I'm just killing some time here before going in, trying to figure out how to pay this parking. I'm here and I realized I forgot a mask. I'm pretty sure they're not gonna let me in without a mask, but if they require a mask, I'm assuming they would provide me with one. There's no buttons for the elevator. That's weird. There are no buttons. What is that? That was scary. Like, what the f is this? Guys, I'm telling you, this is so weird. There are no buttons. And then you get in, and there's no buttons in there either. Like, what is this? I need to get to the 7th floor. Better go ask some questions. See if I can get some information. Okay, so this place is way too modern for me. Look at this. You have to select your floor from this main keypad. And then the elevator comes and you don't select anything inside. Look. Oh my God. That is crazy. I've never seen that before. All right. Still don't have a mask. I was quite nervous for that appointment. I am always nervous for specialist appointments because you wait so long and it's almost like all your hopes are tied to that appointment, and often they are short appointments and you're dismissed, you're not taken seriously. But I have to say that that appointment, I was there for 2.5 hours. It was a pretty thorough appointment. And though the doctor did not confirm that I have mast cell, but she didn't rule out either, she did give me some more blood work to do that I have never done before, and she changed some of my medication that I'm on. I take a lot of antihistamines, and there is one particular, actually 2 antihistamines that I take that she said it is not good to take long term. Yeah, I have been taking it for like 7 years. She said there's implications for the heart and the brain, and I do have a lot of heart issues with tachycardia, and I also have a lot of brain fog. So yeah, probably not the best idea to be on a medication that can have implication, you know, for the heart and the brain. So I am off that medication. She prescribed something else. And also I had to come off my antihistamines prior to that appointment because they usually like to test you for allergies. The day before my appointment, I started having another reaction and then had to take Benadryl, so they couldn't do the allergy test. And then I feel that the days that I didn't take prior to taking Benadryl was all a waste. I was feeling horrible, so sick, but couldn't take the antihistamines. I hate when they ask me to do that because it's like I don't function when I'm not on antihistamines. I am so sick, and it's just not viable for me to not take antihistamines and to be suffering for days to then hit a wall and start having a reaction and have to take them. I feel all my suffering is a waste of time. So I was just a bit annoyed about that. But now I'm back and I'm not feeling so great. And I don't know if it's, you know, kind of a flare after traveling, which is, you know, always a possibility. It is a long journey. So could be that, but also it could be having gone off my antihistamines and then now a new medication. So there is so much going on. So I feel I have a fibromyalgia flare. I started getting migraines again. So what I'm finding is I don't get any migraines for the first 2 weeks after taking my injection. And then the 3rd week, I start getting migraines with triggers. So I have to be very careful to not be exposed to triggers. And those could be strong smells, alcohol, dairy, like certain foods like that. And then when I'm getting into the 4th week, it's like almost every day. the migraines. I just cannot get them under control. And then I'm basically just waiting for the day to take my injection again. I did have a pretty bad migraine yesterday. I was sick most of the day. I spent the whole day in bed, which is terrible for my fibromyalgia. So I am all sore, really bad body pain today, like in my back. So I'm gonna try, if I have a little bit of energy, I'm gonna try to walk on the treadmill as well. I'm gonna try to make some juice because I feel with traveling and then coming home and going to Toronto and then not feeling good, I haven't been eating well. Oh, and also something else that I am trying today, let me show you, is a glucose meter, or what is it called? Monitor, a glucose monitor. So it's a 24/7 glucose monitor. It is called Freestyle Libre2. Can you see, is it focusing? Hopefully. And so that's a sensor that you put on your arm. It has a little sensor that goes into your skin and stays there and gives you a pretty accurate 24/7 reading of your blood sugars. So you can actually kind of like analyze what happens to your glucose levels after you eat or when you don't eat. So basically I want to see how my body responds to different foods, so that I can eat in a way that best supports my body. But also I want to see if a lot of my symptoms could be related to blood sugars, either highs or lows. Yeah, that would be an interesting information to have. This little thing is pretty expensive. This monitor here is good for 2 weeks and it costed me 80 Canadian dollars. And I don't think I need to use it for more than 2 weeks because as far as I know, I'm not diabetic. So this is mostly used by diabetic people who need to have that monitoring continuously. But depends on what happens during those 2 weeks. I think I may just need that once off, just so that I learn a little bit more about my body and the foods and what they do to my body. So we're gonna be putting that on. How to apply Freestyle Libre2 on a dog.
Contains an alcohol wipe and product inset. Peel the lid completely off the sensor pack and unscrew the cap from the sensor applicator. Place the sensor applicator into the open sensor pack and line up the dart mark on the applicator with the mark on the pack. Press down firmly on the sensor applicator until it comes to a stop.
Here?
Simply place the sensor applicator over the site you cleaned with the alcohol wipe.
I don't think it's all the way in the back. I think it's a bit to the side.
Here?
There, yeah.
What? That's it?
Yeah.
And now?
I'm scared. No, don't put it back, because usually damages the needle if you put
Okay,
it back.
so I just press it. That's what we did, right? We should do it. Just press it.
I don't know. You want to watch the thing first?
No. I'm just gonna.
Yeah. I'll hold it.
Yeah. Just press it.
I'm so scared.
Just press it. Here?
Yeah.
Did it hurt?
No, not at all.
Oh, there's blood.
What the hell? Like, how does it not hurt?
I don't know.
Didn't hurt at all. Okay, we'll see. So it takes 1 hour. It says to warm up or whatever. And then you link and you start getting readings. Actually, I think you're supposed to link right away. Good morning, guys. It is the next day, and this glucose monitor thing has been an interesting experience. I often feel super unwell after meals, and I attributed that a lot to my POTS because it takes a lot of energy to digest food, and a lot of your blood gets diverted to the digestive system. And I thought, that made me feel unwell and dizzy. And, I always had to lie down after a meal. And so last night I checked my glucose before I ate, and then I had dinner. And then I started to feel unwell, and then I checked again, and it was starting to go down. And then a few minutes into it, my phone starts alarming and beeping, and my blood sugars crashed. I had like a pretty decent dinner. I had rice and beans and fish and green beans. So I don't know, in my mind, that's a healthy dinner. I had protein with my carbs, from the fish, from the beans. I didn't have a ton of rice. It was white rice though. Probably would have been better if it was brown rice, but I'm not a big fan of brown rice, but it wasn't a ton of rice. And then I had green beans, which has a lot of fiber. And yeah, my blood sugar tanked. It kind of went up a little bit, but not a ton. Expected, because I didn't eat like a high carb, high sugary meal. But then you like, and the phone beep, beep, beep. So that was interesting. And then in the middle of the night, I woke up with my phone beeping as well. And I had another crash in the middle of the night, which is super strange because I had nothing to eat in the middle of the night. So there's definitely something up with my blood sugars. So that would be interesting to keep tracking that. I am making note of everything that I eat and see how my body responds to it. But I have been noticing just from, putting this on yesterday, that definitely a lot of the times that I feel crappy has to do with hypoglycemia, which I had already suspected. But when I told my family doctor, she ordered the HB1C, I think it's called, which is the average. It's an indication of the average of your glucose, and it's supposed to be like a better indication, maybe for diabetes, but obviously having very highs and very lows is not good for you. Like, you don't feel good. So yeah, that's very interesting to keep track of that. So I woke up feeling horrible. I don't know if it had to do with, what happened through the night with the blood sugars, but I definitely have a migraine kicking in that is not improving. And then the nausea is kicking in as well. So I'm going to take my migraine abortive. I'm going to take a Gravol, and I'm just going to lie down for a little bit. I don't think this new antihistamine that I'm taking is working as well as the other one that I was taking. I feel like I had found a combination of medications, like a treatment that was working pretty well most of the time. But then after my appointment, she changed because she didn't want me to be on those medications long term and switched to a different one. And I don't think it's working as well. It's just so hard to get motivated when you're feeling like that. The weather is crappy, it's dark and gray and cold, and I feel my hands and feet are constantly cold. I can't seem to be able to warm them. And gosh, like I can just see my mood just like going down since I got back home, I was okay for the first 3 days, 3-4 days, and then, oh, interesting enough, it was pretty sunny for the first few days, and then it started to get cloudy and overcast, and then my mood kind of followed that. So it is just so crazy how the weather and the winter has an impact on my mood. So I'm already planning my next trip because I just cannot stay here the entire winter. It is just so bad for my mental health. So I made myself some yogurt, frozen blueberries, and just a little bit of granola. Hello. Oh, you want to keep me company? So I am going to check my glucose levels before I eat, and then I'm going to check right after, and then maybe like an hour after, and then we'll see what happens. I have my phone. All I have to do is open the app and then click scan, and then I have to place the top of my phone close to the, I don't know if it works with a sweater on. Let's do it without. Yeah, better without. So it is 5.8 millimoles per liter, which is very average, very normal, not a bad reading at all. And that is, what time is it? It's 1, wow. It's 1 p.m. already. What happened to the day? That's what happens when you sleep in and then you just stay in bed. Anyways, I'm just going to have my berries and then see how I feel. I'm just gonna let it melt a little bit, or defrost rather, because I think a little bit frozen. But it's actually quite nice, a little bit frozen. So I'm just gonna enjoy my snack. Also, I was thinking about why I'm feeling so sick, and I think I'm having withdrawals from stopped taking that medication that the doctor told me to stop, because I'm just feeling so bad, like so bad. I'm like in pain from the fibromyalgia, like my whole body hurts. Even when I take Percocet, which is oxycodone, like it's not even touching it. And then the migraines are not responding to the medication. Then the nausea, then I just feel like I'm running a fever all the time, but I'm not. My temperature is pretty normal, but my skin burns, my hands and feet are cold, the rest of my body feels like I'm burning in fever, and I'm just off. There's just something really off, and I don't know what it is. And yeah, I'm just tired and discouraged, and I don't know. When your body really dictates what what you can do and what you can't do. And I really feel guilty for being in bed a lot. And I know I advocate a lot about, you know, chronic fatigue syndrome and fibromyalgia, and that we're not lazy, that it's us doing what our body needs us to do, and that we should listen to our bodies. And I believe in all of that, but it's still hard. I still feel guilty for being in bed. And I'm really trying to get to the bottom of it, you know? Is it society that is making me feel that way? Or is it me? I'm the one making myself feel guilty. Is it some sort of expectations that I have from myself that I'm not meeting, that I need to let go? That's something that I feel like I need to explore a little bit. But yeah, those flares are not easy, because not only you are physically in so much discomfort, but then there's the whole mental aspect of it, right? And like I said it before, it just feels so lonely because nobody can do the work for you but yourself. This is so good. I think I found my favorite snack. Wow. It's creamy from the yogurt. Then it has the freshness of the berry, and because it's a little bit frozen, it almost feels like a treat, like an ice cream. So, my pizza man. Are you gonna do the one like with the finger like this and throw it up in the air? So we started a little cooking schedule here at our house, and each one of us cooks once a week. So we are 7 people here in this family, so that means that each one of us only has to cook once a week. Isn't that genius? This is why I had 5 kids. Totally planned this.
I'll have a guide as how big to make it.
Well, you have to make it as big as our tray is, because it has to fit in our tray.
Well, yeah, it's not gonna be that big, but
Let me grab it for you. You go, Akila? No? Good, Kieran. Oh my god. You're in my video in the background. There's a hair in here. Kieran, wear a fucking hairnet.
You wear a hairnet.
Look at
It's
it.
probably not from here, right?
Yeah, it is. Do you know how long his hair is?
Izzy, I have my hair in a bun.
It's probably from
I
mommy.
haven't
No,
touched.
it's not long enough to be mom's.
Well,
Izzy, I have not touched my hair at all. It's in a bun.
You're
Or
a
in
hairnet.
whatever. It literally cannot go up.